Welcome back. We're going to talk about blues scales and soloing over the blues scale in this lesson. So let's get right into it. First of all, let's introduce the blues scale. It's a scale that is built out of the following intervals. 3 semitones, 2 semitones, 1, 1, 3, and 2. So let's construct a couple of them. Let's see the C blues scale. So starting with C, we take 3 semitones up, 1, 2, 3, then 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, and another 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2. So here are the notes, and I'm going to play it. And of course, you can play it over several octaves. Let's construct the A blues scale. So starting with A, I count 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2. So the notes of the scale are A, C, D, E flat, E, G, and A. And I can play it up and down. So, first of all, when you're playing a blues in C, then obviously the C blues scale is a good candidate for soloing. So a blues in C would have a C7, an F7, back to C7, then F7, then C7, then G7, F7, and then C7. So actually this C blues scale fits quite nicely over all 3 chords. So I've only used notes from the C blues scale, and it actually sounds quite nice, kind of like a blues. Now the interesting thing is that not only is the C blues scale suitable for soloing over blues in C, but so is the blues scale that is 3 semitones below it, namely the A blues scale, which we've constructed. So let's see how this sounds. So let's start with a C7, an F7, then a G, to an F7, back to a C7. And the really cool thing is that you can alternate between them, so you can play over one and then suddenly switch to the other, and it will almost always sound good. There is a bit of experimentation to do on your part in figuring out what sounds best for you. Let me just play an example. So you could see actually up on the screen the exact blues scale I was playing at each point in the song. So this is a highly useful thing to keep in mind. Finally, you can combine the notes of both scales to create an even more complex scale. And this, of course, brings in many more possibilities. It takes a little bit off the blues sound, but it's still very useful. So here are the notes of the C blues scale, and here are the notes of the A blues scale, but starting from C. So the A blues scale is, I'm going to just play it starting here. And if I were to put both of these groups of notes together, I would get the combined scale, which sounds like this. So I'm just putting the two groups of notes together and constructing one scale out of them. And this lets you construct even newer or more interesting sort of licks. For example, so you see I've played notes from both scales simultaneously. You see, so here I'm playing both notes from the A blues scale, like A, and from the C blues scale, like B flat. So you can either think of this as a combined scale or just switching very rapidly between the two scales. That's it for now. I hope you've learned something new and interesting, and I'll see you next time.